I go on to Deputy Seán Kyne, who was question number 7. Deputy Kyne.
Minister, with regard to land mobility and the various tax reliefs that are in place to allow passing of farms from one generation to another, or to make it easier, the question is to the number of farms that have transferred to young farmers in the past 2 years, and whether you make a statement.
Come on with Minister number 7.
Yeah, thank you. One of the major challenges facing the agricultural sector is its age profile. CSO data shows that the average age of farmers rose from 50 to 54 between the year 2000 and 2010. And more than half were aged 55 years or older, while more than a quarter were aged 65 years or over. The number of farmers under 35 more than halved to less than 6% of farmers. There are a number of taxation measures available to help minimise the taxation implications for intergenerational farm transfer. I have ongoing and detailed consultation with the Minister for Finance to ensure the continuing effectiveness of these measures, which include stamp duty exemption on transfers of land to young trained farmers, which was extended in Budget 2012 for a further 3-year period until the 31st of December 2015. Agricultural relief from capital acquisitions tax, whereby the market value of agricultural property is reduced by 90%. Retirement relief from capital gains tax, where an individual over 55 years disposes of some or all of his or her agricultural assets, including land, once certain criteria are met. While definitive statistics on the number of farms that have been transferred to younger farmers is actually not available, a good indication of these is the number of farmers claiming retirement relief from capital gains tax. For the 2 most recent years for which data is available, there were approximately 740 claimants in 2011, and provisional data for 2012 indicate around 610 claimants. I think it's important to say, Deputy, that we have an ongoing review of all agricultural taxation measures with the Department of Finance ongoing at the moment. And what we're trying to do is ensure that we maintain the value of supports to the agricultural sector into the future, but that we look at maybe recalibrating that to the challenges that we're currently facing, because what's happened over the last 30 years is that with every budget there comes new decisions around agriculture which just add on top of previous decisions. So we're going to look at a more strategic approach towards agricultural taxation, trying to deal with things like generational change, challenges from climate change, income supports, land transfer, and all the other key things that we need to address as part of the challenges that we face.
Just Deputy Kyne, in fairness, is entitled to a question. Deputy Kyne.
Thank you. Thank you, Minister, and thank you for the reply. I suppose in every department when a review takes excuse me, I have a bit of a cold. In every department when reviews take place, there is concern about things being removed. Now, I know you're very much committed to young farmers. You've stated that and you've acted upon that in a number of manners, and I'm sure this review will ensure that the best supports are made available for young farmers and for the transfer of land. You will be aware, Minister, of the report by Macro na Firma, the Land Mobility and Succession in Ireland, and they've listed a number of the statistics that you've used yourself regarding succession and the lack of identification of successors, and the main reasons for lack of farming successor were no children in 29% of the cases, no decision of which child to transfer in 24% of cases, and family members not been interested at 20%. I think we've seen a huge increase in the amount of young farmers in our agricultural colleges, so the commitment to taking over farms and to the farming sector is huge. And another issue that has been raised is the relationship breakdown appears to be more of a concern for families in advance of making a decision than at the actual time of transfer. Just a question, are you concerned with regard to land mobility in terms of impacting on Harvest 2020, in terms of impacting on the potential that we have within the agricultural sector for growth?
Come on with Minister.
Yeah, no, I mean, both the need for generational change and more land mobility are 2 key challenges as part of the Food Harvest Plan. In terms of improving productivity, getting younger farmers who are in many cases more dynamic, better educated, more ambitious, have a better understanding of the complex challenges around food security and climate change and animal welfare and a whole series of other things that they're confronted with now. So, if we're planning for a growth period in agriculture, which we are, if we want to be the leading country in terms of agricultural innovation, which we want to be, well, then we need a new generation of farmer to be part of that story. And so we're doing a lot in terms of the CAP reform process, and also the use of taxation at budget time to try and get that generational change, which is clearly starting to happen anyway. I mean, there are more young people in agricultural colleges now than have ever been there before.
Thank you, Minister.
There are more university courses around agricultural science than we've seen ever before. So this is happening, but we need to encourage it. But I can assure you, this budgetary review taxation review, and this has been confirmed by Minister Noonan, is not an effort at saving money. It's about redirecting and reshaping a package of taxation to make sure that it's responding to modern problems.
Thank you, Minister. Deputy Kyne, further supplementary.
Thank you, Minister. Can I just ask, in relation to the review, will the review be completed in time to enact budgetary changes for the 2015 budget?
Thank you. Final reply, Minister.
Yeah, yes, I think that's the intention. But I mean, look, we're not going to rush this for the sake of getting it done. But certainly, I think the intention would be to have a review done for the upcoming budget.
Come out.